So hi, welcome back to chapter 7 in the second lab section, and we are to discuss the articulation of research question and hypothesis. Let's go ahead and review the details of this section. In this outline, we're going to discuss how to form the formal research question and to hypothesize afterwards. Of course, we have in lab section 1 formed a general research question from our understanding of the problem from the management perspective. And now we have set to actually form an official research question, the guideline, the map, towards our research, and then of course we hypothesize afterwards. And why we are able to do that? Because so far we have come to understand the approach, the structure, to be deductive. We have visited the literature, and we have built a conceptual and theoretical framework. All these actual components are giving me now the ability to form the right research question. Now, there are two research questions we are set to answer, and these are the research question going to give me the map of the movement of the research. The first one, we ask the question, do the demographic and the affecting variables, which we have discussed just previous outline when we build up these demographic and the affecting variables, do these two have an effect on the decision of a lifelong trainees or learner to drop out the training course? This is what we actually want to investigate. Does this relation exist or not? This is our first research question, and we want to see this correlation exists or not. The second thing we want to do is to find out whether those variables actually collectively, subgroup, or individually can predict the decision of the dropout or not. So after I answer the first research question by finding absolute correlations somehow exist, but I don't know yet. Are they exist because only the demographic, or only because of affecting, or because both of them submerged together to introduce the reason of dropout? You see the complexity of this. I mean, you have to do a good set of analysis to come up with a final conclusion. So as a result, for example, just an assumption for now, if I would have come up to the conclusion, yes, I found that the age and maybe the education background and maybe motivation, something like that. Those variables, which are collectively between the two groups of variables, have actually correlation to the dropout. Now, my question is, in the second research question, can you use these as a predictive variables to predict the decision before it even happens? It means the next time if I tell you the age and the education and the motivation score of some students or a learner before I start the course, could you tell me what is the percentage that this learner with those scores or numbers might drop out or not? This is the actual mission that we want to do in the next question. Now, since the research question formally formed and everything is in there, we already just go ahead and form the hypothetical or the hypothesis. And this is a kind of a complementary actually for academic purpose rather just only for the actual practical implementation. Already the null hypothesis is in there. We have gone through details from academic perceptions. What is the definition of null and alternative hypothesis? So the null hypothesis is in there. We say that we believe that those demographic and affecting variables collectively or subgroup have an effect on the decision of a lifelong learner to drop out the course. And the null hypothesis, since it's formed, the alternative hypothesis is completely the opposite. So the alternative will say, no, the demographic and the affecting variables have no effect on the decision of a lifelong learner to drop out the programming course. Now, we have actually established the entire almost 80% of all the work that is needed to really take off and start the real implementation. And we are ready now to discuss the next outline of our work, and that is to work on the research design. I will see you then.